All right, let's talk about something that's really changing the game when it comes to careers: green jobs. We're going to break down what they are, where you can find them, and honestly, why they're so incredibly important for our future.
So, let me ask you something, and it's a tough one. Is your job harming the planet? I know, it's a heavy thought, but think about it for a second. The resources you use at work, your daily commute, even the trash you toss out, it's all connected, right? Our work lives and the health of our environment are totally intertwined.
What you're seeing here is a really stark choice, isn't it? It's a perfect picture of the decisions we face all the time. On one side, you've got stuff that can be pretty rough on the environment. And on the other, you have the natural world that, keeps us all going. And this goes way beyond just what you buy at the store. We're talking about a massive shift in how we make and use, well, everything.
Okay, so with all these challenges, what's the solution? Well, a huge part of the answer is something that's been gaining a ton of momentum: the green job.
So, what even is a green job? Let's break it down. At its heart, it's pretty simple. It's any job that helps protect and fix up our environment. The big idea here is to completely rethink our economy so it's built on making and using things sustainably. And the cool part? This can apply to almost any industry you can think of.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The United Nations Environment Program has a great way of looking at it. They make it super clear that this isn't just about, say, working in a national park. Nope, a green job could be in farming, in a lab doing research, on a factory floor, or in the service industry. Basically, anywhere, as long as the work is making a real, positive difference for the environment.
So who are these green-collar workers? You might be picturing someone in a field, but the reality is so much broader. I mean, think about it. Architects who design super-efficient buildings, environmental consultants, waste managers, engineers creating solar and wind tech, even organic farmers. And what about the electrician who puts solar panels on your house, or the plumber who installs a solar water heater? Yep, they're green-collar workers too. It's a huge and expanding field.
All right, let's go on a little tour, shall we? We're going to dive into some of the specific areas where these green careers are absolutely booming. And trust me, you're going to find them in some surprising places.
First up, construction. Now, when we say green building, we're not just talking about the paint color, obviously. A green building is a whole philosophy. It's a building that's designed from the ground up with sustainable materials and eco-friendly methods. The goal is for it to live in harmony with the environment around it.
And let me tell you, this area is just exploding with green jobs. There's a huge demand for people who can do sustainable construction, landscaping, gardening, and also for specialists who handle water management or maintain all the green tech. This isn't some tiny trend either. It's got serious backing from major groups like the Indian Green Building Council.
Okay, next up, let's talk energy. I mean, just look around our cities these days. You see them everywhere, right? Solar panels on rooftops, massive wind turbines spinning on the horizon. It's a total transformation, a visible sign that we're finally starting to move away from fossil fuels.
And with that shift comes a wave of new jobs, a huge wave. We need people to actually install all those solar panels, technicians to keep solar lighting systems running, and folks to manage entire wind farms. And it's cool because even traditional jobs are getting a green makeover. Think about roofers who are now becoming experts in solar panel installation. It's pretty amazing.
All right, let's head out to the farm. When we talk about green jobs in agriculture, a big piece of the puzzle is organic farming. It's all about ditching the synthetic pesticides and chemicals. Why? Because doing that protects the health of our soil and our water for the long haul, which means we get a food system that can actually last.
But it's not just about going organic. The green movement in farming is so much bigger. We're talking about really clever strategies like integrated pest management, using high-tech farm equipment to be more efficient, brand new ways to conserve water, and even this growing field called agriculture tourism. It's a whole new world out there.
Of course, we can't forget transportation. How we get around is in the middle of a massive green revolution. We're moving from gas and diesel to things like biofuels, CNG, and, of course, electricity. The old gas guzzler is giving way to the EV, and even our public transit systems are getting in on the action. Take the Delhi Metro, for example. It's so energy efficient, it's actually earning carbon credits. How cool is that?
You know, we can't talk about a sustainable future without talking about water. It's our most precious resource, hands down. And in a world where every single drop counts, green jobs that focus on saving and managing water are absolutely essential.
And the innovation in this space is just incredible. New jobs are popping up all over, focusing on things like harvesting rainwater from rooftops or testing water quality. And you gotta love ideas like bamboo drip irrigation. It's simple, it's cheap, It's super effective, and it's just a perfect example of that green innovation spirit.
Okay, so we've jumped from construction to farming to water. But let's pull back for a second and look at the big picture. When you add all these green jobs up, what does it all mean? What's the real impact?
Well, there are basically 5 huge wins that come from a green economy. First, you get way more efficient with energy and materials. That leads directly to the second win, slashing greenhouse gas emissions. Third, that helps us get a handle on waste and pollution. Fourth, because of all that, we can actually protect and start to heal our ecosystems. And the fifth and final win? All of this helps us adapt to climate change. It's a powerful chain reaction.
So, you see, this isn't just a trend. The green economy is the future of work. There's really no doubt about it. Which brings up a really important question. What's your role going to be in this big shift? I think this image just captures the feeling perfectly, doesn't it? There's this real energy, this optimism in the air. You can just feel that a new generation is ready to step up and build a better, more sustainable world. It's really about finding a way to make your career line up with your values.
And listen, this isn't just a few people hoping for change. This is the real deal. Governments are pouring serious money into the green economy. When they create things like a skill council for green jobs, that's a huge signal. It shows they're committed to training people and building a real workforce for all these new jobs.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. The world is changing. It's moving towards a more sustainable way of doing things. And that means green jobs are opening up everywhere, in every field imaginable. So the only question left is, what part will you play in building that greener future?